So the next thing you might want to tackle is playing some kind of chord progression that's not strictly diatonic, which is very common in popular music, of course. So if you had written all these out in 12 keys, you would essentially have come over all the chords we need in all the different keys. So if you were then trying to play some chord progression, like a 4-chord chord progression, you could think of ways to do this, but like let's just insert some scenes up here, like 4 chords. Let's insert like, let's see if I can do this more nicely. Let's insert 8 more below. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll move these down just to get them out of our way for the moment. Cut and paste. So now I can still press my 1. So what we can do up here is we could even have like another MIDI track, which was just for like my song chords. And just bring in what we want. So if we wanted some kind of like something that's like not strictly diatonic. So your first chord is C. Your second chord is B flat major. Find it over here. The next chord could be something like D minor. I guess this is diatonic in some key. What would make it not diatonic? G major. Just find it from somewhere. Cool, now I've got to have an instrument on this with this particular setup, so we'll put it over here. We can recolor this. Cool, so here we are. I liked that tempo. So that's one way you could do it, like try and drag from your pool of every diatonic chord there in the 12 key system. But then you could easily like talk about just creating your own chord progression, or like writing it in real quickly. So if the songwriter's telling you what the chords are, so we'll make a clip here. So, okay, what's the first chord in the song? A minor. Okay, cool. Just give me a second. A minor. What was the next song? D minor. Cool. So let's put a clip in here. Because I was thinking just about like how quickly could someone do this if this was their primary way of jamming along or something. And I think you'd get pretty quick because you could go A minor. Great, I know that one. Awesome. Maybe you could find a way to make this default, this gate thing, and loop off. Cool. Or you could just, once you get your first one in, D minor. No worries. I already know that's a minor chord, so I'll pull that up there. Did you say E minor? Fantastic. I can take this one. This is how fast I can do it. Being someone who's kind of like trying to come up with the system. G minor. Interesting. Cool. Let's use it. Great. So now we've got our G minor is going to be weird. And if I wanted a little slide up there, I could, cool, what would that be? Well, it'd be just one semitone higher. Put that in, grab this, move it up. So and yeah, now I'm just kind of thinking about what's the first chord in the song, what's the second chord in the song, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. And just as I was doing that, I just had an idea about how you could change between sections. For instance, if this was like the verse, because you very quickly run out. Like you've got 10 numbers on your keypad on your computer, so you can imagine like having 10 different chords in a song relatively without hassle. Let's just add this down here so I got some space. Just want to keep these numbers nice. So cut. I could almost do away with these, to be honest. So like so if I want one in there, I could just move very nicely, move this down. So is this a bit of work? Yes. Is this more work than learning these chords on guitar? I don't think so. I reckon this is, if you had no instrument and it's like, I'm going to either teach you piano or guitar or computer, I reckon we could get this happening pretty quickly for most people. And this, typing these numbers in, either thinking of it as chord scale degrees or as like the order of the chords in a section, this is very similar to how I've seen people, like friends of mine who come from a non-music like theory background, non-instrumentalist background, but then like try and find ways of using launch pads and things like that to kind of interact and play along. It's the same here. This preparation is no different to the preparation time required to just memorize a chord shape on a guitar and then memorize the order. So if this was the chorus, again, we could just have some kind of thing here where it's like different E minor, copy this here. I want this to be, maybe I'll just decide this G major. I'll just go in there and I'll do my counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that needs to be there. And this one needs to be 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's good. And then just make this an F just for fun. Just get into a good habit of renaming your chords so you know what they are. And then you could even try and come up with some like key commands for your different sections. So if I solo that one, solo that one. So if I solo here, change section. And you could like get used to, if you didn't need to like going backwards, or just not necessarily having the repeated chords in order. That's definitely all the accompaniment tool that I need to start writing and analyzing songs. So I think that's becoming quite a system.